I have some really exciting news to tell. Not so long ago I released my 5th album, and it's such an awesome work. It's made in industrial, ambient and acoustic neo-folk genres. It's now available on YouTube and Bandcamp, and I would be really grateful if you just press on the link and check it out. Our mortals. Not so long ago, while working on my album, I thought about one interesting thing. I understand that other people might have other opinions. Some people might be even weirded out by what I will say, like, what he's talking about, like, how can he discuss such thing? The subject is, can black metal, ambient and industrial music be considered a high form of art? Many of you people will say like, you cannot separate art to low art and high art. It's just a snobbish elitism. Oh, you're such a snob. Oh, it's such an old-fashioned way of thinking. I'm just discussing a subject, and you can agree with that or disagree with that. High and low art. I'm sure that many people will think like there is no high or low art. You cannot separate it like that. There is just art. But think about one thing for a moment. When you're going to an expensive French restaurant, it's one experience, yeah? But when you're going to a local roadside cafe for a burger, it's a completely different experience, right? Obviously, you cannot put them in the same category. So if we can apply these terms, we can apply it to physical food, why we cannot do the same towards spiritual food? The one that you're eating with your eyes and with your ears. What do you think about high art in the context of music? Usually the first thing that comes to your head is classical music, you know, like Mozart, Beethoven, Bach. Sure, but can we take more modern genres and modern artists and consider them the high form of art? One thing, I would like to disappoint you if you already started thinking, I'm listening to black metal, does it mean I am an aristocrat? No, sorry to hurt your feelings, but you're not. What do I mean by the high form of art? What is this? How do you define it? I would like to tell you my opinion. What do I describe as high art? It's something that touches such subjects that are beyond your regular human comprehension. Something that is hard to describe by words, but you can feel it aesthetically. Because aesthetics, what does it mean? It means to feel. Something that pushes you beyond your limits, spiritually and emotionally and intellectually. Can this explanation be relevant for dark ambient, industrial and black metal music? Yeah, for sure. Because when you are listening to black metal or dark ambient music, it feels like a meditation, especially when you're listening to an album. You start feeling as if you're being in a completely different place. If something is hard to describe as high art, does it have right to exist? Yes, it has. Comparing it with physical food, sometimes you can just go to fast food restaurant, not a big deal. Sometimes, yeah, why not? It's okay. It's fine. Many people associate like high form of art in music You know, they associate it with classical music. But I think if you take classical music composers and if you put them in a modern time, I think at least some of them would definitely work in the genres of black metal, industrial, and ambient music. I think it would deeply resonate with them. I think it would be interesting to take a time machine and to show Burzum to Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky would definitely have some culture shock when he finds out that he is one of Varg's biggest inspirations. I think if you show an electric guitar to Wagner, for example, and also show to them some atmospheric black metal music like Summoning or Luster, I think he would be surprised. I think he wouldn't be like, electric guitar, it's so bad, such a plebeian instrument. I think he wouldn't be like that. I think he would be pretty open-minded. He would think like, interesting, it sounds pretty exotic, but that's something new. That's something new to me. Teach me how to play it. Especially if they find out that you can take any sound, not only the sound of an instrument, but you can take any sound that you want, like sound of nature, sound of the wind, sounds of working factories, sounds of anything, pretty much anything. You can record it, you can upload it on a computer, plug in the synthesizer, and you can play whatever music you want. And the only limit is your own imagination. So basically there is no limit. You can create absolutely anything with any sound. Classical music composers, they would be very, very interested about such idea. They would be like, really? You can do like that? You can do something like that? Like, wow, show me how it's done, show me. Many of them would actually play black metal, industrial, and ambient music. Specifically in regards to ambient music, but again, it's also relevant for black metal and industrial. I think why can it be considered a high form of art? It's because of its authenticity and purity. Let me explain. What do I mean by purity? Because when you play music, usually there is always a mediator in between. For example, when you're playing on a piano and you wanna show the feeling of sadness with that music. It's great, it's awesome, but again, piano is a mediator. It's something that stands in between. You still hear the sounds of piano, right? There is nothing bad about it. It's awesome. But what's great, really great about ambient music, that you can take any sound and you can already deliver that sound and you can create anything out of it. And what you feel inside, what you feel in your heart, like in your soul, you can literally depict it in music. Like there will be no mediator, nothing like in between. I know it by my own experience when I worked on my own music. For example, when I worked on my debut album, The History of One Disease, it's a music of emotions. How I felt in that period, I showed it on my album. This is the magic of ambient music. This is something that I truly admire about it. If you have a certain feeling, you can depict it authentically the way you feel it, in the most authentic form. Basically, it's the music of the universe. Check out Sounds of Planet. Literal sounds of planet, like how planets and other cosmic bodies in space, how they vibrate. Scientists, they took those vibrations from planets and they converted them into sound. How do you think, what is this? It's a drone ambient and dark ambient music. It's literally that. It's not even similar, it's literally that. Ambient music, it's the music of nature. It can be music of even different world. In the Bible, hell is being described by words, but in ambient music and same industrial, black metal, you can show how hell sounds. There will be no mediator. Some people might ask, well, if it's an unpopular music, does it make it high art? Nah, not really. It's not even like popularity or not. There are popular black metal artists who have millions of views on the internet. Popular ambient and industrial artists. It's not even about how many people are listening to it. It's about capabilities of where it can bring you. Spiritually, intellectually, emotionally. I think about black metal and ambient and industrial music, one thing that makes it high form of art, in my opinion, it's purity and authenticity. Sound in its purest form. If you enjoyed this video, press like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Also, don't forget to press the bell of Satan to don't miss any new videos. If you would like to support my YouTube channel, you can buy my music on Bandcamp. The link will be in the description below. Farewell, stay out of hell.